Now, if you cast your minds back, you may remember me saying something like this. PCP all the way, so much better. You'll never see a Springer on this channel. Sorry guys. This is the Weihrauch HW50 in 22 sub 12, a Springer rifle. This is a limited edition. This one is currently 447 of 900, and what we are going to do today, we are going to be doing some accuracy testing. First off, we're just going to shoot a group at 20 yards, then we'll take it out to 40 yards. Then we'll also test out some slugs to see how they perform, and then if we get the chance, we'll try out to 100 yards with a Springer rifle in sub 12. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to test the power. So we're going to fire just 5 shots over the chronograph just to see what power it's producing using a 15.89 grain pellet.
$561, $559, $564, $566,
There we go, that's the power tested. I usually do a 10 shot group, however, because it's a bit more hard work with a Springer, just decided just to do the 5. But we get the idea. Now, a 3 shot group at 20 yards isn't going to be off the scale exactly, but it's going to give me an idea of which pellets are going to group. Once we've done this, I'm then going to push it out to 40 yards where we will do a 5 shot group with pellets which seem to be grouping well out at 20 yards. So here we go, Let's see how we do with a Springer. Even at just 20 yards, you can see that some pellets just don't group. And the usual good pellet there, JSB 15.89, just 3 shots at 20 yards, that's not a good group. That was the JSB 13.43 grain, 3 shots. That one seems to have done pretty well. We'll be taking that one out to 40 yards. Wow, now that is the tightest group so far. They were the H&N Field Target Trophy. Wow, they've just done really, really well. Check that out. It's a little Predator polymag with a polymer tip at the end, if you can see that. Absolutely no idea how these are going to perform. It's going to be interesting to see. Predator polymags, they are terrible. That is the 20 yards done. We'll go get that target, have a quick look, pick our favoured pellets, and then we'll push our favoured pellets out to 40 yards where we'll do 5 shot groups. At 20 yards with 3 shot groups, you're not going to see too much difference. However, it will give you an idea of which pellets are going to work and which ones won't. These 4 here, we are now going to take out to 40 yards as they are the clear winners. Now, I know that I'm not a Springer shooter. I moved past Springer shooters a long time ago. That's why I shoot PCPs. But if you want to criticise me about the way I'm shooting, please go ahead. I'll certainly read them in the comments and I'll enjoy reading them. But I just want to mention that the scope that I'm using, because people are always asking, This today is a Vict Optics 4-12x40, a very, very budget scope. But apparently it's Springer rated, so I thought this would be a really good test to test a very budget scope on the harsh realities of a Springer rifle. If you have heard of Vector Optics, this is the cheaper range. So if you are on a budget, this is certainly something to look at. I'm also testing it, so I'm hoping it's going to perform well today. I would like a slightly bit more magnification compared to its 12 magnification top end, but it'll do for today, and I'm sure we'll get some good results. I now have my target out at 40 yards, and we're going to see how well these 4 pellets that I've chosen, which group the best at 20 yards, see how they perform out at 40 yards. So this will be interesting. So I'm going to start pushing it a little bit further now, this budget scope. Oh, I'd just like to say really big thanks to Bamford for actually letting me borrow this limited edition so I can do this review. Okay then, let's see how we do. Wow, that's better than expected actually. 5-shot group, the first one's JSB. That's a good start. Right, Daystate Kaiser's next. Those Kaisers weren't doing too bad until about the 4th shot. And then it had a flyer which ruined its group, which was a shame. Not the best. Well, that's the 40-yard testing done. Certainly more challenging than a PCP, so go down there, get the target, take a closer look, find out which pellet has grouped the best out at 40 yards. With the 40 yards complete, my aim for today was to get under the size of a £1 coin with a 5-shot group out at 40 yards. I was really happy with the fact that I managed to do that, and not only that, I managed to produce a group under the size of a 5p coin using the JSB Express 14.35 grain. That's not bad for a non-Springer shooter. Now we are going to try something completely different. Again, we are at 40 yards. However, we are going to be testing some slugs. Quite a variety of slugs. I have absolutely no idea how these are going to perform, but we're certainly going to see. So here we go. Slugs out at 40 yards with a Springer. Not a fan of Zan 20 grain. 23 grain, not bad, but 20 grain, no. Well, as expected, javelins are terrible they're so tight to get in the barrel, and when you pull the trigger you can hear the delay from just 40 yards from the slug leaving the barrel to actually hitting the target. It's quite a big delay. Well, that's the 40 yards done with slugs. We'll go take a look now at the groups, go take a look at them. Probably wondering why I got ear defenders on. Well, I still have my hearing, and after a while of shooting this, my ears are now beginning to ring. Plus my shoulders are killing. The amount of pellets and slugs I've put through this today is killing me, but the scope is still on 0, so I'm happy with that. As I expected, I didn't think slugs were going to work in this, but it was always worth a try. But there were 2 slugs which performed an OK group, nothing spectacular. They were the Slug Specialist 23.5 grain and also the Pro Hunter 22.8 grain. If we were doing 4-shot groups, it'd be under the size of a £1 coin. But unfortunately, both groups produced a stray slug. 100 yards with a Springer. Let's see if we can do it. So I've got my ear defenders on because this has really been hurting my ears. Just gonna get my breath back now, and I've had a few test shots just on the right hand side. The travel on the scope is completely maxed out, and I'm still having to use a lot of holdover. Will we be able to get it? Let's find out. Safety off. Gotta say, it's really challenging this. Had a few shots, we haven't got there yet, but I know we are very close. Oh, I think I just skimmed it. Right, quickly go and put that back up. I just touched the side. Oh, that was unlucky. We've put that back on. I think it landed on the floor tape side down. Holy hell, that was a hell of a noise. Wow, that took an eternity to get. Now that was a challenge. I'm so glad I got it. I was never going to give up, but wow, finally 100 yards, a Weihrauch HW50 and 2.2, sub 12. We got it eventually. Oh god, my arms are killing. Yes. well, that's my full review of the Weihrauch HW50 in 2.2 sub 12, a spring rifle which I never thought would ever appear on this channel, but as a one-off I thought it was quite beneficial. Main point of this video was to show that a Springer, which are relatively cheap to buy, can be paired with a very cheap Springer rated scope. The amount of pellets and slugs that I just put through it today and still held zero, yeah, everything worked perfectly. Took a long time to get the target out at 100 yards, which is understandable, but we did get there in the end. Went off with one hell of a bang, and yeah, performed really well. Left all the information for things like this, the scope, in the video description if you are interested. Certainly check them out if you are looking for something budget related, because it certainly lives up to the job. And thanks to Bamford for letting me borrow this as usual. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let you know which pellets and which slugs, or which slugs it didn't like. And yeah, cheers for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I shall catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys.